do we have a sense of what the turnout is expected to look like, especially when, part of the fun seems to be looking for those celebrities from the sidelines?
Yeah, we don't really have any estimated numbers at this point, but Cameron Bailey is pretty optimistic that the turnout will still be strong because of the strength of the film lineup. So more people will be there, more so for the films rather than hoping to get a glimpse at an actor somewhere in the streets of Toronto. And there will be less fanfare, but it's not like there's going to be no fanfare. There's going to be a lot of famous actors turned directors promoting their movies this year. So Ethan Hawke, Sean Penn, Dakota Johnson, Viggo Mortensen, they are expected to attend the Toronto Festival. So that's one way that we're looking at the turnout. And organizers said that while these strikes did initially impact the way that they were going to approach this festival, they never thought for a moment that they were going to cancel or postpone the festival like what happened with some ceremonies this year.
Now, you think about what a film festival in the earliest years tries to accomplish. It tries to accomplish what you can't do when you're not part of the Hollywood marketing machine. Independent filmmakers, for example, they really thrive in these film festival environments. What happens to the promotion for let's say, indie filmmakers this year?
Well, the good news for indie filmmakers is that they're actually still able to continue promoting their films because of interim agreements. And what that essentially means is that Actors Guild is allowing members who took part in indie film productions to continue promoting films as long as they agree to the contract terms that the union is setting out for these studios. So indie films are still in the game, and that's a huge part of what people take away from these festivals.
Just a final question. I mean, with respect to the Toronto International Film Festival, definitely drives a lot of economic action in a big city like Toronto. I would imagine that when there's this uncertainty lingering, hotels, the restaurant owners, they've got to try to figure out whether or not there's an impact on them. Did you get any sense on what the view is from that part of the TIFF ecosystem?
I did, John. Yeah, I was in touch with hotel industry spokespeople and restaurant people, and there is an angst right now about if there is a lower than anticipated turnout to this festival, what does that mean for their businesses? So the restaurant industry has been kind of on edge about not getting this windfall, especially when they are just recovering or have been recovering from the pandemic. I spoke with a CEO of the Hotel Association of Toronto, and hotels on average typically get a over 80% occupancy rate for their hotels around this time, which is much higher than what they usually expect. So much needed windfall, and they're really hoping that the turnout is good.
All right, Stephanie, thanks a lot. We'll be back with more Bloomberg Markets.